Hi there, today we're going to start by making a traditional poultry gravy. The components of the base is a selection of vegetables which we call a Mirepoix, which is in essence onion, celery, carrot, garlic, some herbs and a little peppercorn. We've got the giblets which will come with your roasting bird. Often these end up in the dustbin and there's so much flavour, they're so rich in vitamins and healthy that it's a real shame. So I think making a gravy, given that roastiness and real depth of flavour, is exactly where we want to be at. Okay, so there we are. We're prepared, ready to start making our gravy. So the next stage of making a giblet gravy is we take a little bit of the fat, as we mentioned. It's worth waiting until the pan gets nice and hot so that as soon as you put the offal into there, the giblets, you get a nice caramelisation. That's where that umami flavour comes from, where we're going to get the deep flavour into the gravy. If we put it in too early and it just boils away, we'll never get that real character, that gravy sensation that we all long for. In with the giblets, and then we'll just leave them to cook away, get a nice deep caramel flavour. At that point we'll add the vegetables and carry on cooking. You'll see that we're starting to get some sediment built up on the bottom of the pan. As the sediment builds, this is, again, it's all adding to that caramelisation, adding to that deep flavour that we're going to be looking for. So it's not something that we need to worry about. So the next stage, now we've got the beautiful browned giblets, we're going to add the mirepoix that we made earlier. Simply pop that in there and continue to cook until we get this nice golden and caramelised again. All the juice, natural sweet juices comes out of the vegetables, all adding to the flavour of the finished gravy. So we've got a nice colour, all the sweetness is starting to come out of the vegetables. So we're ready to deglaze this pan now with the stock. Simple roasted chicken bone broth. So we're going to pour this in. Just nicely cover the giblets and the vegetables, and then we're just going to gently scrape the bottom of the pan to release all that sediment that we talked about. Okay, so our stock's now come to the boil. What we're going to do is turn that down to a medium heat. Skim this little bit of fat from the top away, so that we end up with a nice, clean, glossy, finished gravy. There you go, and you can start to see it all start of knitting together, starting to become the finished product, and that's only after 1 or 2 minutes. So we'll leave that simmer nice and gentle for 25 to 30 minutes again. So the next stage, now that the gravy's all simmered and married together, we're just going to thicken it a little bit. There's a few options on thickening. This one I use, which is cornflour with equal amounts of water, just cold water whisked together, and we just stir that in, and then we'll just carry on cooking that away. The secret is, once you've stirred it in, to leave the sauce just gently simmer away, and then don't touch it now, otherwise you're going to make all that sediment come back out and become cloudy. So we'll just leave that to cook away nice and gentle now. The final stage of poultry gravy is to pass it. We pass it through a fine sieve. Once it's all passed, we can just suspend it and keep it warm. Tap on the side as opposed to pushing it through will give you a more pure gravy. So you'll get all the flavour, but you won't get all the pulp pushed through.